Hi folks, with Tacitus today. Excuse me, Tacitus today, your pushback channel. Thank you for joining this audio live stream. In this essay, I'd like to talk about the omnipresence. It's just all over. It's everywhere. Decline in the quality of service and the attitude of service and the attitude to professionalism and commitment to doing a good job. We can put them all really in the same basket. And I'm going to do another video on this separately, but just recently in the company I have a share in, we won we got through an expression of interest in a particular technical program. This is a pretty sort of at the rocket science end of technology, and we got through the expression of interest and were selected to make a presentation to the organization. So now this is usually pretty serious. Engineers and technicians and all sorts of people are going to be there, commercial directors and the like. So we front up to do it. We've got a 21-year-old girl with attitude who's just got a degree in social justice or something like that at some bullshit university, and she's got maybe 6 months in the workforce, and she's the one designated to review the bids, the tenders, the proposals for going ahead. Now, once we see that, we can be pretty confident that the organisation's not, they've already decided who it's going to be. They just want to go through the motions, if you like, of pretending to be. And so because of that, they've delegated to some stupid little bimbo girl. Now, she knows nothing about anything, isn't 100% unqualified for doing it. But that's the attitude the company has. Now, even no matter what their reasoning is, no matter if it's been secretly awarded to buddies or someone, it doesn't matter. You don't treat people like that. Yet this is considered to be acceptable behavior today. Now, we walked in there. We just thought she was sort of the receptionist that was just going to get the coffee for us or something like that. But no, she was actually it. She was the one we had to impress. So we did something very, very quick. Then said, well, thanks very much. Let us know if you want to take it further. And I'm convinced that they're not even the slightest bit serious in this at all, as evidenced by putting her in there. But I went online to look at, or we all did actually, went online to look at her profile, her online profile, and it features, as it often does with girls of this age, by the way, it features her in a bathing costume next to like a swimming pool or something. It features her in a bathing costume with full makeup and striking quite a, attempting to be a seductive, girly sort of, and I hot chick babe pose. And now that is completely and utterly inappropriate for business. I mean, absolutely inappropriate. But there you have it. And did they not see that when they hired her? Did they not see that before they put her out front to do this thing? But the attitude and I want to talk about the service generally now. There's lots of commentators now online, social media, that are talking about just how bad service is, whether it's a takeout food store, whether it's in a chain store or a restaurant or wherever. It's unlikely you're going to get decent service. Now, we can sheet that back home to the companies, the employers, to say, well, why are you not training your staff properly? Why are you not imbuing them with an attitude of giving good service? Why do your employees really not give a shit? Why do you not give a shit that they don't give a shit? So there's more to the story than just hiring bad sort of, or don't care or lazy or whatever employees. That there's more to it than that. Now, just recently, I think I mentioned this. I was behind somebody in a line at a well-known international takeout food store, and they have lunchtime specials, and I was running a bit late for lunch, and I had to go somewhere. I thought, I don't have much time here. I want to grab something quickly. I'll go in there. And I'm only going in there for the convenience. That's all. Only the convenience. There is no other. When the food's like, but it's the convenience that's the big draw card for me. And I remember they're doing a full lunchtime thing for like $5 or whatever it was. So So I go in there, and like they've got these on, you do like the computerized ordering and that sort of thing. That didn't appear to be working, and there was only one of the kiosks that was working. I had like quite a line there. You can go to the counter and do that, but do the order. So I thought I'll go to the counter as other people were. It was like a guy, one or two in front of me, and the girl on the counter's some brown chick who couldn't speak any English at all. And and the guy, as I later did, by the way, complained that why would you put that girl on the front desk to take orders when she can't speak English? I mean, it's crazy. Why would you hire someone who can't speak English? And by the way, there's plenty of jobs they can do. They can flip burgers, or I don't know, cook fries, or clean the machinery. There's plenty of things they can do. You don't have to put them on the front desk knowing that they don't speak English. And the manager, who only spoke barely passable English herself, who did appear to be quite industrious, by the way, she jumped at the guy and said, "Well, you're being mean to her. She's just come from another country, third world country, where she's being, oppressed and this and that. She's escaping." So she just spewed out all these left wing, mass migration talking points. The manager chick, again in an accent. Her English wasn't really that good, but it was good enough. You could understand it. So she engaged in a spirited defence. And then saying she's got relatives overseas that are being oppressed by Trump, and again, all the left-wing talking points were just pouring out of her mouth. So, but the point is, again, the service was piss fucking poor. The woman, the young woman, she's 19 or 20, can't speak English. What's she doing in this country? We're only supposed to have people that speak good English coming into the country. Here's someone that barely speaks a word of English. How did she even get in? Why would she even be employed? Did she corruptly do an English test? Getting someone who did speak English to do it for her, and that's how she got the job. What's going on there? Why is the standard of recruitment so low that someone that doesn't speak a word and appeared to be retarded, by the way? How does that person get a job? Why is the manager deciding to argue vociferously and with much moral indignation, argue with the customers who've pointed out something, a plain straight out fact? That person doesn't speak English. Why have you given her the job of taking orders when she can't understand what people are saying? So now I've gone into an endless lot of takeout food shops sort of over the last sort of several years in similar situations. I'm in a hurry. I just want something convenient. And I remember they've sent me emails. I'm on emailing lists where they're doing fried chicken this for this week only. It's such and such a price, and they're, oh yeah, I'll do that. And I go in, and the staff pretend not to know. And then the assistant manager's called, but the look of suspicion, like the assistant manager approaches the thing of, what do you want, buddy? That type of attitude. And so, well, you've got this. Oh yeah, prove it to me. Well, hold on a minute. You're in a shop meant to be giving service and selling food. Do you mind? You don't have to be respectful, but at least be polite if you don't mind. Oh yeah. Yeah, so can you prove it? Yeah. So I've got to pull out the phone, and I've got to Google and call it. I mean, they should have it there. So I get it and then show it to them. And the look of annoyance, when I show it to them, the special of the day or the week, whatever it is. I'll have a look. And then they go online. They don't even know their own specials. So you've got these big chains that are sending out emails by the gazillion, I assume, promoting and announcing their specials to bring people into the stores, into the shops, and the staff don't know anything about it. Like, what sort of training are they given here? Isn't there a morning talk when they say, okay, these are the specials of the day or the week or so? Don't they have that? Now, if I can come across a brown or black person that speaks English, that's an accomplishment. Or a white person that isn't covered in tattoos and body piercing, in these places, then they're not the clean-cut kids of yesteryear that were eager and keen and polite, and the managers that were eager, keen, and polite, and well dressed, and no, those days are long gone. And I find nearly every time now I'm having to argue with the staff. And I should know, a simple thing. I'd like to have the lunchtime special advertised, and thinking, what? So can you say that again, buddy? And it can take quite a while to turn from. The same goes in for any shop. Now, most of the people don't know. In many of the grocery stores, some of them, they send, again, promotional emails on what's on special and what's available, and what's on half price or whatever the case may be. And you go into the shop and they haven't got. And you find the staff, though, that many of them are illiterate, so you can't communicate with words and in writing anymore. You can only communicate by pictures. So you have to show them the photograph. And that's the first thing they ask. Have you got a photograph of it? So you do the photograph. Oh, I don't know. Oh, yeah. I'm going on lunch in a minute. I'm going on break in a minute. So do you mind waiting till I finish the break? You just said to the customer, I'm not going to bother to do with the inquiry because I'm going on break in a minute, and I don't want to have to be doing it. So it's, will you wait 20 minutes while and the don't give a shit attitude. They come around the corner. Sometimes they get called, would somebody from, would Billie Jean from groceries come and help a customer? And the look as they appear is, oh, fuck, do I have to? What do you want, you fucking prick? Fucking customers. I wish they'd fuck off. But this is the standard. It's not that it's rare, or it's not that I met someone yesterday who happened to be like that. It's everywhere. Now, you will get the occasional person that will make the extra effort, but not many, and they tend to usually be the supervisory people that do this. That are prepared to even consider going the extra yard for. Just recently at a large grocery chain store, I was inquiring about some red hot special that I'd got an email about. Oh yeah, I'll grab that next time in that shop. And the guy's doing, I can't be expected to remember everything. Do you have a picture of it? Well, it's actually promoted by your company. I got the email. It's actually in a catalogue. I haven't got time to look at that. Have you got a picture or not? Oh, fuck. Now, that was unheard of years ago. You'd never get that sort of thing. And if you went to the manager and said, look, this person told me to get fucked, that guy would lose, or the person would lose their job straight away, or they'd get a serious warning. But that's not the same. Now, it doesn't mean to say that there aren't issues of concern. The type of concern have changed. Now, I listened, and I was at one store where the manager was castigating one of the employees at the grocery store because apparently, or it was alleged, that this woman, this female employee, had somehow disrespected the black some black person, like a child or something of a black person, or whatever it was, but it was a minority. So somebody black had disrespected in some way, and the manager was treating this with the utmost importance. This is, wow, I mean, we can't have this. Disrespecting a black person, holy fuck, I have to jump on this. This requires all my energy and attention. Whereas if it's a white person complaining about piss poor service and no one could be bothered, and the person couldn't give a shit and they just walked off and didn't bother dealing with my inquiry, well, why don't you just come back another day? I mean, gee whiz, what's the big deal about this? So there's a very different attitude to service, but it's been replaced with concerns over social justice and that sort of thing. So that it's a big issue if the black lesbian's disrespected or allegedly disrespected or has complained about it, but nothing else really matters. It's the service itself, delivering the service, which is the very reason why the shop is in existence. So we've had a change here where are shops and businesses or restaurants, are they there to deliver goods and services to the public, or are they now, have they been turned over to be engines and delivery systems for social justice and so on? And it would appear to be that that's where the service has gone, so that the young woman working in the takeout food store, the international chain, doesn't care about whether the item's been advertised or not, or that's all irrelevant as far as she's concerned. The issue is there's a straight white male, middle-aged or older than middle-aged in my case, and all my education through high school and university has been that these are the Nazis that are oppressing everybody. This is the reason why I don't have waterfront mansions, or those are the guys that did. They're the ones that have caused the climate change. They're the evil Nazis. They're the swastika wavers and so I don't have to do what they say. I'm not going to just because they want service, just because they want to buy the special products being advertised. I don't have to do that, because if I do that, I'm letting myself be oppressed by the Nazis. And I'm going to show that fucking guy how tough I am. I'm going to tell him that, yeah, customer, you want something, you buy something that's advertised. Well, I'm not going to let you have it. So why don't you fuck off? And I've achieved something for social justice. But hold on, aren't you supposed to give service? No. I'm here for social justice. So I think that's the paradigm shift that's occurred, and that's been promoted, aided and abetted by the BlackRocks and various other organisations, NGOs, and so on. So the idea of training somebody, in the case of, say, again, the McDonald's type operation, instead of training them to give good service, be eager and keen, and all this sort of stuff, that's given over to something else. It seems inconceivable that it's happened. Why is it whenever I go into McDonald's, I'm dealing with somebody with massive body piercing, tongue piercing, covered in tattoos, that's giving attitude? No, I'm sure there are exceptions. And I'm sure I've come across them, but this is the paradigm shift, and this sort of acceptance of the workplace is now a device for social engineering, and this sort of thing has taken over from this idea that a company exists to deliver goods and services. They just don't anymore. You've been with Tacitus today at your Pushback channel. Thank you for listening.